It's a privilege to be here this morning, and I always like to start my presentations with a slogan so that we can all be energized. So I'll begin by saying, youths, and you respond, building Nigeria for peace. We'll take that 3 times as we move momentum in the room. Youths,
building Nigeria for peace.
Youths,
building Nigeria for peace.
Youths,
building Nigeria for peace.
Yes, thank you so much. Good morning, everybody, distinguished ladies and gentlemen in the room, ladies and gentlemen from the media here present, all existing protocols duly observed. My name is Ikpe Obaulo. I'm the head of programs for the West African Network for Peace Building, WANEP Nigeria, and I'm honored this morning to be giving this keynote address, tagged Building a Culture of Peace. But kindly permit me, before I proceed, to talk a bit about WANEP. The West African Network for Peace Building is a network of full-stack organizations that was established out of necessity to provide an organized platform for collaborative peace building in Nigeria by indigenous CSOs, civil society organizations, working in the area of conflict prevention, transformation, and peace building. Our vision in WANEP is to see a Nigeria characterized by just and peaceful existence amongst communities where human presence, where human rights is paramount, and where women and men can meet their basic human needs and decide on their own directions. In order to achieve these interventions, we have our program areas in 5 big areas, including democracy and good governance, active non-violence and pacification. We have conflict prevention and early warning. We have women in peace building, and we have the research, publication, and network coordination. The concept building peace was first elaborated at general scale in Africa by UNESCO during the National Convention on Peace in the Minds of Men, held in Yamoussoukro in Côte d'Ivoire in 1989. According to the definition adopted by the United Nations General Assembly, the culture of peace constitutes of the values, attitudes, behaviors that reflect and inspire social integration and sharing based on principles of freedom, justice, democracy, and human rights. Not leaving out tolerance, solidarity, that subjects violence and endeavors to prevent conflict by tackling the root causes to solve problems through dialogue, through mediation, through negotiation, and guarantee the full exercise of all rights and the means to participate fully in development processes in our society. In African society, the concept of the culture of peace delineates the integration of values, of beliefs, customs and forms of spirituality, indigenous knowledge and techniques, tradition and forms of cultural and ethnic expressions that contribute to respect of human rights, cultural diversities, solidarity, and the rejection of violence, with a view to construct democratic societies. You can all agree with me that this picture is painted differently in Nigeria today, where violent conflict has become a common feature in many parts of the country, leading to wanton destruction of life properties, as well as displacement of many families. The northern region of the country has been ravaged by the menace of Boko Haram, Shiite sects, and various Islamic fundamentalist groups. In recent times, the North Central has become a boiling point with the resurgence of the agro-pastoralist conflict. Herdsmen have continued to carry out frequent attacks on farming communities, and innocent citizens have been left injured and so many dead. In the northwestern states of Zamfara, Kaduna, and Katsina, rural banditry has reached alarming heights. Bandits terrorize villages with impunity. They have settled in Zamfara state, setting up 45 enclaves in the hinterland and on the frontiers from where they plot and carry out their operations. In the southeastern parts of Nigeria, there have been strong agitations by the youth for the succession of Biafra. The strong agitations from Biafra had earlier led to the Nigerian Civil War, of 1967 to 1970, which claimed the lives of millions of Nigerians. The renewed tension has brought about build-up of arms and continuous mobilization by youth in this region, with frequent face-off with the Nigerian military. Since 2008, it has been on record that over 50,000 Nigerians have been killed, with more than 4,000 violent incidences, resulting in a wide range of ethnic, religious, political, economic tensions across large portions of the country. These account for over 40% of total deaths in Nigeria. In all of these incidences, reports are skewed towards youth as perpetrators and instruments of violence. This exposure to violence has greatly influenced the psychosocial orientation of children and young persons that place them at the risk of fostering various manifestations of radicalization and violent character, capable of further destabilizing peace in Nigeria. This heightened culture of violent behaviors has translated into the school system. The formal education sector has been negatively affected by this situation, as level of violence has resulted in gradual decadence within the school system. These are young persons with potentials and capabilities, and they should be contributing towards peace and security in their communities, but they are now used as instruments of violence. In order to ameliorate the situation towards building a culture of peace in Nigeria, WANEP in 2000 developed the Active Non-Violent Education Project to address the rising involvement of children in violent conflict in the region. The targets are primary and post-primary schools, with the goal of equipping them with the knowledge and skill for non-violent and conflict management, which will transform their attitude, foster self-cohesion, inculcate a culture of peace, and alternative set of behaviors applied to conflict situations. The program promotes peer mediation and peace clubs in schools. In Nigeria, since 2013, representatives of the Ministry of Education, the Nigerian Union of Teachers, the State Universal Education Board, the School-Based Management Committee, Parents' Association, and students in 6 states, namely Enugu, Rivers, Delta, Plateau, Ogun, and Lagos, have benefited from the education project. Instituted peer mediation and peace clubs in different schools across these 6 states in Nigeria. And our goal primarily has been the result of the growing rate of children, adolescent delinquencies, and their involvement in violence, deteriorating cultural and social institutions for positive orientations, the emergency of cultism in primary and post-primary schools, and the proliferation of violence in these schools. The strategic goal of our project has been to reduce the involvement of youth in violence by giving them skills of dispute resolution and citizenship. Thus, the project thus far has succeeded in building a critical mass of over 2,000 students who have been trained and enrolled as members of peace clubs. Over 250 peace clubs have been established in schools in 5 states to train peer mediators and intervene in disputes between students in schools. Express interest by policymakers, just as said earlier by Honorable Olajuwon, to work with us to infuse education as part of school curriculum in schools within the zones in the country. Creation of a unique platform for students to build their capacity in promoting peaceful coexistence. In all, we have realized that feedback reports given to us has revealed that there is reduced violence, bullying within schools we have intervened in. Of recent, WANEP has gone a bit further to reach out to out-of-school youth in what we tag Soccer for Peace. This project is basically hinged on teaching peace education within football pitches. In all of these, our peace education project has been hinged on the United Nations Security Council Resolution 250 and Sustainable Development Goal 16, which calls for peaceful and inclusive societies. Resolution 250 is a groundbreaking resolution for us, and it was adopted, as earlier mentioned, on December 9, 2015. It simply recognizes that young persons are important and they have positive roles to play in the maintenance of and promotion of peace and security. This resolution reaffirms that long-lasting peace cannot be built without protecting the lives of young persons and meaningfully engaging them in issues of peace and security. This can only be achieved through educating the younger generation on peace building and soliciting their commitment to promoting a culture of peace. WANEP strongly believes that building a culture of peace in Nigeria, peace education should be integrated into curriculum of schools at primary, post-primary, and tertiary levels as major strategy towards actualizing the principle of UNSCR 250. It is imperative that the government revisits its educational strategy to incorporate and integrate a planned and organized component of education at the school level. This education program will be beneficial and easy to install if it is integrated as part of existing educational practices rather than aiming for drastic changes. Presently, WANEP has begun the process in Lagos State, partnering with the Lagos State House of Assembly to ensure passage of the Peace Education Bill. It is one thing to know non-violent techniques, another to know how to apply it in practical situations. This is what education seeks to achieve. Education aims to create in human consciousness a commitment to the ways of peace. It will inculcate in students the ill effects of violence by teaching them skills to manage conflict non-violently, and also create the desired platform for peaceful resolutions within their communities. It is essentially a peace empowerment strategy which mainly equips individuals with knowledge and skill to prevent and manage conflicts at interpersonal and intra-group levels. It is interesting to note that Lagos State is a pace-setter state, and it is our dream to see the strong of education in the curriculum of primary and primary schools in Lagos State by 2020. It will be a long way to mold. It will go a long way to mold our children to live and stand for peace. We use this medium to call on all key educational stakeholders to join hands with WANEP Nigeria to make this project a reality. Please permit me to end with this word from the past American President Barack Obama, with a slight tilt of my own. In continuing down the road of progress, it will be vital to recognize that no country can achieve its full potential unless it draws on the talent of its people, and that must include half of the population, and these are mainly young persons. Thank you.